Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Welcome to a quick update. Quite quick after I uploaded my videos this morning, I should have included some sort of a warning because we had a big crash. We started falling down rather quickly. I mean, we were holding around 44,000 for some time still, I think. But then here you can see 44,400 was support for a bit, but then we crashed. So this is a bit of an emergency update. What's next? I'll give you some advice on how to protect your capital in these circumstances. I'm a little bit late. I would have wanted to make this video earlier, but my usual reaction to this news is just go away from the screens and wait for the market to settle down a bit, because there's a good chance that this is the bottom for Bitcoin. But in the end, market circumstances are risky. So it's better to just stay away from the markets, maybe for the next 4 days or something. I probably won't do that, but still. All right, so what happened? All right, well, first of all, obviously, I've told you this in the last couple of videos. I mean, the thing is that the last couple of days, and especially since the start of January, we're very loaded because of all the fundamental news around the ETF, right? And what I've always said is that I expected some sort of a sell the news event. And I also said in the Telegram groups, if you're in those, also in the free ones, I said that because a lot of big traders are anticipating a sell the news effect. What could happen is that effect is being front run. All right, so that it's not sell the news, but that it's actually sell the rumor, or at least sell the news, but then earlier. So some sort of a dump before the ETF deadline was already to be expected. But what was also the case, and that's, I think, one of the biggest reasons or one of the biggest causes of what happened, is that the funding rates were ridiculously high for the last period of time. This is a funding rate heat map. If you don't know what the funding rate is, and you can look that up at coinglass.com, by the way. If you don't know what it is, it's basically the funding rate is basically the percentage fee you have to pay if you're holding long positions. All right, so if you're playing with leverage, then you're long, right? And then you're playing with the house's money for a part, and then you have to pay a funding fee. Because a lot of people are using leverage, so then the spot price of Bitcoin, or buying Bitcoin normally and buying a contract to buy Bitcoin, which is futures, the prices start to differ a bit, and there will be a premium on the futures prices. So those will be higher because there's more demand for it, because people want to leverage into the markets. So what then happens is that you have to pay for your long positions every funding round, and that's the funding rate. And what you can see right here is that the funding rates were pretty normal right here, or this is the APR. Why can I not look that up? Well, no, this is the funding rate, right? I'm not sure. But all right, so funding rate. Oh, I think this is the total funding rate. But you can see that we're pretty normal in the middle of December, but towards the end here, and I've said that time and time again as well in the videos, they were getting very, very high. So what then happens at some points of time, we've seen this before. I mean, not this big, but we've seen flushes. I mean, right here, funding rates were also high, flushed, and then the funding rates were normal, right? Here you can see this is the time we actually flushed. And then the other time, what was right here, for example, we also had a quick flush the 9th of November. So what then happens is that big players in the markets just short and sell their spot bags, for example, and then they make money off of the liquidations of retail. That's essentially what happens. So that is also what happened right now. Take it also in combination with some sort of fundamentals, probably. So what's next? Well, what's next is that you should probably not trade right now. Wait for a bottom, wait for the price to settle down a bit. I would say this is the bottom, but who knows? Like I said, the times are still very volatile and unpredictable with the ETF deadline coming up. So I would just wait it out. Look for some cryptos that start to rally. Look for some stronger cryptos that you can buy. That's the best thing to do at this moment. The funding rates have normalized. Let's hope that stays this way. That would be nice. But no, they've normalized. So I think the market is back to normal. I don't think we'll crash like this any further, but we could drop down lower. And lastly, I personally haven't lost that much money with this. I mean, obviously my spot bags are down, but I did want to tell you a little bit about risk management and just to stress. I mean, the thing is with crypto, and I think this is important information. With crypto, you have two things. You have spot and you have futures. With spot, I mean, I would just say get a good portfolio, all right? So get good projects, and then it's fine. I mean, just allocate like 1 to 2% to every project, and then more to projects you believe heavily in. And then a drop like this, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. And with futures, I play around with futures a lot. I mean, I trade full time. So there it's more difficult because you will get stop losses hit. But the thing is, you should always have a stop loss in place. That's first of all, and limit your risk. Leverage, I don't care, but just adjust your position size. Just set your stop loss, and then you can always see on all exchanges, you can see how much money you would lose at the stop loss. Make sure that that's between 1 and 5%. All right, if you're playing with not that much capital, 5% is okay. But if you're playing with a lot of capital, just 1-2%, that's enough. All right, if you're a good trader, you will make enough money from that, and you will be protected in events like these. So those are the two major tips. Spot bags, I don't mind. All right, make sure you always have some fiat cash to invest in projects you like. In the case of a drop like this. First of all, and then second of all, with futures, just limit your position size and limit your risk. That's what you need to know. That's a quick overview of what happened and what I expect. Like I said, I mean, if you look at a crash like this, I think right now we're a little bit more bearish, but I would just wait it out. I think this area right here on top of 40,000 is going to be the bottom, but that does mean that we can still drop down a bit lower. So be careful. Those are my thoughts. Thank you for watching and take care.